You wake up each day, and before your eyes even open, your mind begins its subtle dance. It scans your surroundings, anticipates what's ahead, and begins its careful planning. But this planning isn't about your needs alone. It's about everyone else's too. From the very moment you wake, the pressure begins, sometimes even in your dreams. It's not just about managing your day. It's about balancing the expectations of others, silently, invisibly, like a choreographed dance in your mind. It's the emotional labor that goes unseen, the hidden effort that no one else notices, but that you carry with you throughout the day. This unseen emotional labor of constantly anticipating others' needs is something we often fail to acknowledge. It's not physical labor, but it's every bit as taxing. You're not just managing your own emotions, you're juggling those of the people around you, even before they ask. You're picking up on subtle cues, reading between the lines of conversations, and taking on the responsibility of maintaining emotional equilibrium for everyone around you. It's like being an emotional conductor, orchestrating the flow of feelings and needs that often go unnoticed by those you're trying to help. The problem is, this emotional labor doesn't come with recognition. There are no accolades, no awards, no time cards to mark it as part of the work you do. It goes unspoken, often invisible to others, but it leaves an undeniable weight on your shoulders. Whether in the workplace, at home, or within friendships, this responsibility frequently falls on those who are empathetic, nurturing, or conscientious by nature. You're not just performing tasks, you're performing emotional maintenance, managing the feelings of everyone else as you try to keep the emotional space around you balanced and calm. But why do we feel this need to constantly anticipate and care for the emotional needs of others? It comes from a deep-seated desire to keep the peace, to prevent conflict, and to make sure everyone around us feels safe, happy, and cared for. It's an almost unconscious drive to create harmony, to avoid the discomfort of emotional discord. Yet in the process, your own needs get pushed aside. You might tell yourself, it's just a small thing, I can handle it. But those small things add up. Over time, they compound into an overwhelming emotional load that no one else sees, and yet it becomes heavier with every passing day. Think about it. You've been in a situation where someone around you is upset, and your first instinct is to help them feel better. But that's only the beginning. It's not just about soothing their emotions in that moment. No, it's about predicting what they might need next. Do they need a little space? Do they want a distraction to lift their spirits? How can you help without making them feel dependent on you? Your mind races to calculate the perfect emotional equation, all while keeping track of your own emotions in the background. You're managing not only their needs, but also your emotional responses to theirs, all while silently navigating this emotional dance. The issue with this constant emotional anticipation is that it's incredibly draining. You might find yourself constantly checking in with others, looking for the slightest sign that something is wrong. You're paying attention to the little things, the tightness in someone's shoulders, the barely noticeable frown, the faint change in their tone. You see these signals before anyone else does, and you act on them. You become hyper-aware of the emotional climate around you, and it becomes second nature. It's emotional vigilance, a state that becomes so ingrained in your daily routine that you forget how to turn it off. In the workplace, the same patterns unfold. You're attuned to the emotional states of your coworkers and managers. You know when someone is about to ask for help, when they're on the verge of frustration, or when they need a little extra support. It's like you're reading the room before anyone has said a word. You sense the mood before it's expressed, and you subtly adjust yourself to keep everything smooth. You become the office's emotional barometer, monitoring the temperature of the room long before others are aware of it. Your attention to these emotional cues is commendable, but it's also a form of emotional labor that often goes unrecognized and unpaid. And here lies the deeper issue with this constant emotional labor, your own emotional well-being. By constantly tuning in to others' needs, it's all too easy to lose track of your own. You might dismiss your own tiredness, push aside your own frustrations, or ignore your own desires, all in the name of caring for someone else. Over time, this leads to emotional burnout. You give and give, but there's little left for yourself. The invisible weight of all this emotional labor can leave you feeling drained, as if you're running on empty. So how do we break the cycle of this emotional labor? It starts with boundaries. Setting boundaries is crucial in protecting yourself from the emotional demands of others, but it's often the hardest step for those who are naturally empathetic. There's a deep fear that setting boundaries will make you seem cold, distant, or uncaring. You worry that you'll disappoint people or make them feel unloved. But what you need to understand is that boundaries are not walls, they are lines in the sand that allow you to protect your own energy while still caring for those around you. By setting boundaries, you shift the dynamic. You stop shouldering the emotional burden of everyone else, and instead, you start allowing others to take responsibility for their own emotions. This doesn't mean you stop caring or being helpful. It just means you recognize that your emotional resources are finite. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your emotional labor is important, but it's just as important to protect your own mental health. One overlooked aspect of emotional labor is the societal expectation placed on women to be the emotional caretakers. Society has long held the belief that women are supposed to be nurturing by nature, always available to care for others. This gendered expectation places a disproportionate burden on women, especially in both personal and professional settings, where they are expected to anticipate and manage others' emotional needs while still excelling in their roles. However, it's not just women who carry this burden. Men, too, can feel the weight of emotional labor, particularly when they are expected to act as problem solvers or emotional caretakers. The difference is, societal norms often discourage men from expressing vulnerability or acknowledging their own emotional needs. As a result, men may suffer in silence, feeling the emotional toll of managing others' needs without feeling able to ask for help or express their own struggles. The takeaway here is that emotional labor, especially the constant anticipation of others' needs, takes a significant toll. It is draining, it is exhausting, and if left unchecked, it can leave you feeling empty. It's important to recognize this toll, to ask for help, and to give yourself permission to say no when you need to. So the next time you find yourself anticipating someone else's needs, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Check in with yourself, even if it's just for a few moments. Reclaiming your emotional space doesn't make you selfish, it makes you human. And only by tending to your own emotional health can you show up for others in the way you're truly meant to. Let's start recognizing the invisible emotional labor. Let's give it the value it deserves. And most importantly, let's create space for self-care within the emotional work we do for others. Only by balancing these responsibilities can we truly begin to navigate the complexities of emotional labor in a way that honors both ourselves and those we care about.